Good evening and welcome along. It is Monday, the beginning of the week, and what a great day to set intentions, focus and energy into anything that you're going to do. This evening's class is all going to be about trying to project intention into focus. So the objective behind this yoga flow that I'm going to be teaching tonight is all about focus. And focus is something that can grow when you project energy into it. So you might be focusing on trying to buy a house. You might be trying to focus on having and starting a family. It could be absolutely anything. We're so individual and all of our needs at different times fluctuate. So in tonight's practice, there will be things like balancing poses. There'll be time to stop and reflect and see what way you are responding to your focus. Your energy that you're projecting into something at the moment. So without further ado, I want you to take a seat on your mat and elongate your spine and find yourself really anchored into your sit bones. Allow yourself to softly just release the day that you've had so far. It's a really wet and windy, it's almost like a November day here in Wexford in Ireland. So I've been looking forward to this because this is like my sunshine place. So close down your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just drop your eye gaze down towards the mat. Again, elongate your spine. It's an effortless effort. Soften your shoulders. Relax your jaw. And allow your eyebrows to unburrow and just soften all them tiny, intricate muscles of your face. Taking a sigh out the mouth, so breathing in nice and deep, and sigh it out. So nice and easy to begin with. 2 more times. Feeling tension and stress ease with the exhale. Bring your hands to prayer at the center of your chest. And like I just stated, this focus tonight on this yoga flow is focus. So I want you to bring now to the forefront of your mind something that you are projecting energy so that you can focus on it. It might be a job, it might be something in your personal life, social. Now take it from your mind and visualize it dropping down into your heart center. Acknowledge all the feelings that come with that. Taking a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Flutter open your eyes in your own time. And then interlace your fingers. Take a deep breath in. Send the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. Allow your bottom rib to draw in towards your hips so you're not flaring too much. And softly rock from side to side, forward and backwards, as if you're drawing circles. There's no right or wrong. You're just freeing up some space around the trunk, lifting up off the ribs. If at any point you want to practice with your eyes closed, you notice probably if you do follow me that I practice a lot with my eyes closed, and it just feels better for me. So I encourage you to do what feels good for you. Hold. Exhale, rain the fingertips down to find the mat. Take a deep breath in, push your heart up towards the ceiling. Your heart is the seat of your soul. And this is where we're going to really project our energy from. Now soften. Inhale, lift. When we're focusing on something, a lot of the time we can have lots of different distractions, yeah? There could be thinking that, I can't, and there could be doubts and worries. Soften. Inhale and lift. generally not you. Yeah, that's not the essence of you. Your soul knows that you can do anything. But sometimes we have our ego stepping in that's trying to keep us separated or sometimes segregated in these little boxes. We want to break through them. Soften. Okay, roll your shoulder heads up to your ears. Draw them back and down. Inhale, roll your shoulders up. Connect your movement with your breath. Make it fluid. One more, going back. And then I want you to change direction and bring the shoulder heads forward. So bring the shoulder heads forward and round your spine. And then sit tall. Round the spine. And sit nice and tall. One more. Find yourself over on all fours in box position. Take your hands directly underneath your shoulders, your knees directly underneath your hips. Taking some cat-cows, bringing strength and mobility into the spine. Drop the belly, eye gaze forward. Inhale, round your spine, chin towards your chest, lifting up through the back body. Firm into your feet, your knees, your shins. Allow everything to soften in the midsection. Arms are going to stay strong. Your eye gaze is soft. Round your spine. Now, as we focus on things, it's generally that we're trying to bring them into this realm. Yeah, so we're trying to manifest them. We're trying to create, co-create with source energy. So allow yourself to really focus in on what it is you are trying to manifest or co-create with source. So as you flex and as you bend, allow the thoughts to ripple in and out of your mind. And observe how you emotionally feel with them thoughts. Coming back into neutral. Slide the hands slightly forward, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. First one of the practice, so take your time. Grounding into the heels softly, feeling like you're embedding the roots down into the mat. Taking that thought that you're focusing on, visualize it being planted down into the earth center. And as we move tonight, we're going to feed it and give it energy to grow. Find stillness in your downward facing dog and use these moments of stillness to reflect, to produce more power behind your thought. Bend your knees as much as you need to. The objective isn't to get your heels down to the mat, it's to create space in your body, in your mind, and in your heart. Take the eye gaze forward, walking up on the tippy toes please, and coming up onto the fingertips. It's going to stretch out. You're going to hold in the center of the mat. You're going to bend your knees deeply, and you're going to let the shoulder heads round forward and bringing your chin into your chest, foreheads towards your knees. Now ground your feet. Clasp the opposite elbow of each arm. Crown of the head down, chin in towards chest slightly. Sway from right to left, right to left. Let the arms hang. Make sure your feet are just inside your own hips. A deep knee bend as you roll up through the spine. Head and shoulders are the last thing to open at the very top. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Solidly anchored, feeling that strength flow through your body. Take a deep breath in, send the arms to the sky. As you exhale, move from the waist, bend the knees lightly. Hands come forward. You're going to step back into downward facing dog. Take one breath in as you glide into a high plank. Your option here is to descend your knees down. Taking the left hand to the midline, you're going to open up towards me, and if you need an option, you bend the bottom leg, yeah? So we're working on the oblique muscles here. Taking that right hand back to the mat and placing it where the left one is as you spiral away from me. Lifting up and open. Remember, the option is to bend the underneath leg to shorten the range of movement. Hands down, full plank. Okay, knees down, chest down, chin down. Hold. Scoop up, please, baby cobra. Pull the elbows in, pull the shoulders back and down the spine. Slide back into child's pose, take your time. Toes tap, hands wide, forehead down. Now, as you stretch your right and your left arm forward, I want you to lift the elbows off the mat and firm down into the hands. Feel that energy ricochet into the chest and open up from that space. So this is your heart chakra. Remember, excuse me what I was saying, it's the seat of the soul. It's where we really know. Yeah, this is where all the information, it's not in our head. Yeah, our head tends to be a lot of ego. This is what we need to trust, our heart. So allow it to open up by firming into the hands, pulling your tailbone back towards your heels as much as you can. Get more length into the spine there. If at any point during this practice tonight you need to pull back, this is the pose I want you to come to. Now in your own time, gather yourself up onto the knees, step the left foot forward, place the hands on the hips and allow the hips to fall forward. Square your hip off by taking that left hip head forward and then back. So you're getting space here, then you need to revolve, square off and send the arms up. Now pull into the midline so you're not just hanging into your joints and just everything's all floppy. Focus, yeah, and engagement, awareness, hands up. Taking a breath in, and as you close down, allow the hands to frame the foot. You're going to turn the toes under on the right leg and bring your bum back towards the heel. So you're going to sit back towards the heel, coming into a variation of half splits. Or the Hanumanasana. Squaring off as much as you can, feel the hamstrings open. Keep length in the spine so don't collapse and round. Use the energy from the heel right up to the crown of the head. The spine is actively pressing up and down, so there's dual action going on. Roll forward, allow the knee to bend, arms float up. Soften the shoulders, square the hips. Keep breathing. Allow the hip flexor to become more lengthened. Once more, hands find the mat for support. You go straight back, your bum comes down towards that heel. And you breathe into the full length of your leg, toes pull back, hamstrings are being lengthened here. Firm down to the left foot, lifting the back knee, walk your hands around to the long edge and turn the toes in into a wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath in and halfway lift. Feel the length in your spine, eye gaze slightly forward. Draw into your inner thighs, please, so don't keep pushing out and just let everything hang outward. Burn into your big toe and feel these muscles start to activate to bring you in while you push out. Staying in that halfway hold, your legs may be starting to tremble and that's okay, that's good. Exhale, close down, crown of the head down towards the mat. It does not have to touch. Keep the elbows drawn in. Pull the shoulders back and down the spine. Walk yourself around to the right to the short edge of your mat. Ground the knee down and send the hands up. Low lying lunge. Pull back into half splits. Adjust yourself as much as you need to. Try and bear the weight equally on your right and on your left hand, so you're not just jumping completely off to the right. So you're using the core muscles to hold you stable and steady. Bend into that front knee as you rise up. Feel the strength from your feet, lifting up into your fingertips. Engage every single muscle, fibre, cell within your body. Allow it to start to switch on. Allow the hands to come down. Lifting the back knee. You're going to walk around to the long edge, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right hand to midline. Left hand to the sky. Taking an exhale to close and exchange. And then inhale to open and lengthen. Coming towards the left side, step back into downward facing dog, adjust the feet as necessary. And as you exhale now, glide into that high plank and hold there. Squeeze your bum, take the elbows in and make sure the spine remains long. Don't let the neck hang or the hips dangle. So squeeze the whole body and make it energizing by gripping the mat slightly with your fingertips. Squeeze your bum, push back into your heels and push the crown of your head forward. Hold, hold, hold. If at any point you want to come down to your knees, do that, but don't let the hips drop down completely. Chaturanga, so staying here or from here, elbows in. As you come to the bottom, hold for 2 breaths. Now scoop up and under, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Heels in, bum tight, chest proud. Open heart, open mind. Downward facing dog. Taking a deep knee bend to produce power, step your left foot forward in between your hands. As it lands, spiral the right heel down and open to warrior 2. Now as you hold your positioning, think about opening through the hips by bending into the knee and keeping the back leg strong. Your drishti, which is your focus, is sending it down the middle finger and really connect with what you want to focus on. Remembering that you are like a magnet in this universe. What you put out is what you're going to attract into your space, into your aura. Reverse your warrior, lifting up towards the sun as you softly lift up, pull back at the same time. So it's up and back. Elbow comes down to the front knee. Open up into side angle pose. Your option is to remain here. You can send the arm overhead or you can bring your hand down to the mat. So choose a variation that suits you and your body. Two hands down, coming into wide-legged forward fold position. Taking a breath in to lengthen the spine. Externally rotate the right toes, dial them out. Sit down into Skandasana. Adjust your feet as is necessary. Option is just to remain higher, yeah, and edge down when the body is ready to open more. Hands to heart, hands to mat, you choose. Hands down, grounding to the left foot. Open the right toes to go long to the short edge of the mat. Spiral up and open to warrior 2. Drishti, focus, send down that middle finger as if you're pushing it out into the universe. Allow that energy to ripple from your body, from your mind, from your soul, and send it out and trust. Reverse, lift up first to create space on the front body and on the ribs so we're not crunching into the back. And then ease up and over, creating that lovely rainbow shape with your body. Now, we generally tend to lose the knee. We want to stay with the knee bend and lift up and over. The elbow comes down to the knee. Once you have that contact of support, you can reach up or overhead, or you can find your way down to the mat towards the ground. Take that top shoulder away from the jaw. Think about pushing the ribs around and up towards the ceiling. Have the intention of doing that. Remember how powerful our intention is. Hands come down, feet go forward, wide-legged forward fold for a breath. Left foot goes out. We sit back, we sit down into Skandasana, which is also known as surfer's lunge. Take your time. Hands down. As you lift, walk around to the left side, step back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, a cleansing breath out. Soften the shoulders, nod yes, nod no. Come forward into tabletop position. Taking a breath in, round into cat and hold your cat. Sway forward and backwards. You're really concentrating on opening the upper back here. So when you round, think about squeezing the chest and bringing your heart almost up to the back of the shoulders. So holding at the top. Suck the tummy muscles in. Hold stillness, reflect, take a minute to feel into the body. Exhale, soften, let the heart completely drop. Now feel the difference between that. Allow the tailbone to go up towards the ceiling. Keep the arms into the midline and push your heart more forward, firm into the palms of the hands. Pull them back as you're trying to bring the palms of the hands back to the knees. Curl your toes under and then lift back to downward facing dog. Take your time. Glide into that high plank. Squeezing the backside. Holding. Take your elbows down to the mat one at a time. So elbows down. Bring the thumbs into touch. Spread open your fingertips. Suck the belly in. And hold here for 5 controlled conscious breaths. Your option. Left hand underneath left shoulder, pressing in, right hand under right shoulder, chaturanga. So elbows into the right side, hold at the bottom please for 2 breaths. Scoop up, baby cobra or upward facing dog, you choose your option. Now this is going to want to happen, yeah, my body's looking for an easier route. Get the heels in, squeeze the bum and firm into the mat. Back to downward facing dog. Exhale it out. Left foot in between hands. If it doesn't land, you assist the landing. Good. Root into the back heel and come up onto the toes, but firm into that back heel as you come up into a high lunge position. Allow yourself to edge down, working with the range of movement slowly and listening, and always being respectful of the body. Option hands on hips, or you can take the hands up overhead. Now drop the back heel. Interlace your fingers at the base of the spine, bringing the heel roughly in line with the arch of the back leg. Pull the knuckles down as if you're reaching directly to the midline of the mat. You're going to come to the forward fold position, not towards the knee, so forward fold, and pull the knuckles up and over. Release the grip, hands go forward to frame the front foot, we spiral back, step back into plank, take a breath, realign the body, and lift up into downward facing dog. to just towards the back of the ankle, so the back of the wrist. So left foot to the left wrist, just the back of it. Hold there. Walk the right hand slightly forward. Drop the right hip down, and then send the left arm up. Let the hips soften. Strong arm. Then tap the hip down and then lift off again. 2 more like that. Hold up, ground into the foot as you spiral back around, root into the hands, lift the knee towards your nose and kick up into three-legged downward facing dog. Knee to nose, exhale, foot lands in between the hands, wide-legged forward folds. Take your time, finding your center, taking your deep cleansing breaths, drawing the shoulders back and down, feeling that space in the back. Walking around to the right, rooting into the feet, finding your foundations, your stability as you rise up strong. Strong, proud and energetically. Your option is your back knee down and your hands on your hips. Hands come down, step back into down dog. Take a breath in. As you exhale, glide into high plank, hold the high plank. Coming down into chaturanga, you're going to hold at the bottom and hover just above the mat for 2 breaths. Elbows pinch in like a grasshopper, squeeze your bum. Baby cobra, upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. And this time step the right, step the right foot forward, just a couple of inches behind the right wrist. Hold it there. And then allow your left hip to fall down towards the mat. The foot will just naturally open. Reaching up. Strong arms, strong shoulders. You're going to tap down with the hips. And then lift up. Okay, 2 more times. Slow, controlled. Coming all the way up and find mat. You're going to bring the foot slightly to the midline. Nothing has to be bang on, but you're going to try now and lift the knee towards your nose. And as you do that, you're going to kick back then into three-legged downward facing dog. Square your hips, strong arms, rooting into the mat. Glide the knee towards your nose, hold at the top for a breath, and then step it through. As you do that, lengthen the back leg, open into wide-legged forward fold. As you exhale, roll up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, and find your feet. Take the arms, take a deep breath from the heart center and radiate that energy out. Palms up, you're open to receiving this divine energy that you need. Take it all in. Inhale, draw that energy up, up, up. And visualize it now. Whatever colour, whatever way, sparkles, rainbows, whatever it is to you, bring it down and into your system. Settle in at your heart. Bend your knees, taking your hands to just above the kneecaps, not on the kneecaps. Let the left shoulder head fall into the midline. Followed by the right. Alternating sides, connecting with breath, making a fluid movement to you. to wear a soft smile on your face. This alone can just switch up the energy, can't it? Somebody smiles at you, even if you're having a bad day, it automatically softens you, softens your heart. It's an exchange of energy. Have that with yourself now. Root into your feet and then step your feet in towards each other. Make sure that they're not too close, that they're not rammed in, that you have a bit of space, that you're earthing into the ground. We're going to focus here on balance, and the reason why we're bringing a bit of balance in is because it requires an awful lot of focus. When you do find that lovely stillness, see can you bring back the intention or the focus and energy that you are putting into this practice this evening. So bring your left knee up towards your heart. Good. Now firm in to your feet. Now bend into your right knee, and as you do that, kick back as if you're going for a warrior three position. Keep this knee bent. Push the arms back, and then rise back up again. Straighten the leg, bend, kick back, navel in, strong spine, strong legs, squeeze your bum. Once more. Knee up towards the heart, flexing at the ankle joint. When you come into warrior three this time, I want you to straighten out that bent leg as much as you can. And if you lose your balance, that's okay. We get back up again and we do it again and again and again. Take your hands down to the mat. Taking a breath in, I want you to kick up, 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 as if you're going into like toes towards the sky. Standing splits. Your option is to keep the hands slightly forward with the eye gaze, or you can walk your hands in and bring your nose towards your knee. So whatever variation suits you and your practice. Allow the hands to go forward. Find the mat and sit back and down into a deep yogi squat. Find your seat. Find your focus. Push your elbows into your knees into your elbows. That connection, that strong connection. Firming into the mind, into the body. Allowing the energy to flow. It's not stagnating, we're not sinking, we're not mindlessly moving. It's mindfully moving. Rooting into all four corners of your feet, you're going to rise up. So root to rise. Step the feet back in. This time you're going to bring more awareness now into the left leg as you bring the right knee up towards your chest. So the right knee up towards your chest. You're going to squeeze in as if you're pulling your navel in towards the back of the spine. Now as you do that, bend into the left leg. And as you bend, push back and forward with the body. It's like a seesaw motion. Keep the bend. Rise up. And if we fall, we go straight back in again. Bending, bending. Now hold, straighten, lengthen, arms back, eye gaze soft and steady. Hands slowly and controlled down. You're going to wrap around the left ankle joint, or you can just kick up with your arms forward and the eye gaze slightly forward. It's extra challenging to bring yourself in towards the leg. Keep kicking up. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, walk your hands more forward and find yourself in downward facing dog. Bend the knees and step the left foot to the outer left hand. When it lands, push back into the right foot a little bit more with a little hop to create more space if it's needed. Ground the knee down, roll that leg out onto the little toe edge and spiral the heart towards the ceiling. Coming back, step back into plank, hold the plank, chaturanga. Hold at the bottom, 2 breaths, don't move, squeeze your bum, elbows in. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cleanse it, release it, let it go with the breath. Eye gaze forward to the outer right hand. Big power steps, hit that right foot and allow it to anchor down, push back. Feel the length in your body, feel the openness that you're creating. Take that hand to the inside of the knee taps down as you push open. Allow the foot to find the mat, hands into the mat also, right and left. Lift the back knee, spiral around to a wide-legged forward fold, adjust your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down as you hop or step in, and you sit back, you sit down. Be aware of the heat, be aware of all physical sensations, all the emotions, and also any internal dialogue. Mentally, physically, spiritually, unity. Yeah, that's what yoga is. To work on our energy and focusing it again, we're going to just spiral around into forward pose. You're going to take your time. So coming up onto your toes from your deep yogi squat. So if you're down here, just shift your body weight forward, up onto the tippy toes. And your option is just to play around by lifting one leg at a time and getting used to having the weight and the sensation of weight in your hands. Don't look directly down. If you want to grab a pillow now, go for it, and you can pop it in front of it. That's going to make you feel more confident in this. Take the hands down, spread them open, eye gaze goes forward, take a deep breath in, and take your time lifting 2 feet off the mat. Sit back, sit down. Your option is to do that again and kick back into chaturanga. And if you're thinking, not today, Liz, that's perfectly okay. So you hold the board and come back into this variation. So taking a breath in, make sure you've got enough room behind you. Take the hands forward, eye gaze goes forward. Deep breath in, you're going to hold up for 2 breaths. And then you're going to kick back and scoop up and under. Downward facing dog. Exhale out. Coming onto the knees. Then the hands to rest on the thighs. Spine lifting, eye gaze dropped or eyes closed. Breathe. Connect with the Ujjayi breath. The Ujjayi breath is the victorious breath. And this is what I want for you as you practice, and when you close this practice, the energy that you've cultivated throughout this yoga flow and this sequence, I want you to carry it through. I want it to be victorious for you over the next coming weeks, months, years. Remembering that when we start to focus on something, it builds momentum, it builds strength. The more energy, we are just energy, we project into something, the stronger it becomes. So sit in this energy, sit in this heat, sit in this intention. separate the bum. Find the lovely sit bones and sit nice and tall. You're going to bend the right knee in towards you. Your option is to take a bind. You can take the elbow to the inside and you could just hook, and that might be enough for you to open up here. You may just hold here. If you want, you're going to spiral the hand back behind. You're going to try and clasp the fingertips. Push your heart forward and keep this leg active, your left leg very, very active. Remembering that you don't have to take the bind, you can just have the intention of, you know, pushing back to create that space so eventually the bind does happen. And then release. Take the sole of the foot towards the left inner thigh. Taking a deep breath in as you hinge forward. I want to make sure that you don't round from here and cut your journey short, that you have length, that you have energy, and you move into that energy. You can even use the shin as a lever to push up and over any sticking point in your fascia, that bounding point. And then it's an option to use your foot as another lever to elongate the spine, and exhale, pull to bring the nose down towards the knee. If you need to bend this knee as much, and if you need to soften in the posture, this is your practice. Please do that. As you edge back away, you're going to take the right hand, draw a circle, semicircle I should say, root it into the mat. Left hand goes up towards the ceiling as you push your hips forward and lean back. Allow your tailbone to find the mat. Hands come back forward, lengthen the two legs. And then take the left knee in, root it down into all four corners, just separate the muscles again. So it's the back of the tricep that comes roughly in line with the front of the knee, and you'll feel the scapula start to wing and the upper back muscles start to separate with that alone. Yeah? So you can really work, you can see the tension that I'm pushing to create this open space. And if you want more, you just reach, palm revolves. So palm revolves as you reach back, hand wraps around with the intention of clasping. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. And I just accept where I'm at on this given day, this given moment. And I breathe. Strong, firm right leg. Release the bind. Allow the sole of the foot to find the right inner thigh. Taking a breath in, and as you exhale, hinge forward from the hips, not from the ribs, from the hips. Go as long as you can, and then you can use any part of this leg as a lever to create more tension, to ease the body down. So it's like an anchor. So when you pull, that creates a bit of tension in the body. But we need to be respectful that we don't pull and move in too fast, too quick. Uncurl away from that leg. Take the left hand, draw that half circle back. Taking a breath in, reach up and overhead with the right. Push your hips forward, squeeze your back side, and lift, 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 lift. find the mat. And then just allow yourself to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Take your time. Bringing yourself forward from the heart. As always, we try and keep the length in the spine as much as humanly possible. And we work by softly with the breath. So we inhale to find that lovely length, that space, that expansion in the body. That's what the inhalation does. And then when we breathe out, we can move slowly into that new space that we've created with the breath. So take your time edging in. And some days the body is just bound and tight, whether that be because of emotions. They can sometimes shorten and contract the body, go into protective mode. It may be that it's dehydrated. 10% of dehydration can have a massive impact on the muscles and the elasticity. It can be for so many reasons. So we need to just acknowledge that and not judge it that this practice is crap and that practice is great. It's all good. Rolling out the mat is the tough part. So if you're on it, you're doing a great job. Exhale and edge in, maybe a little bit more, maybe not. As you exhale, hands into mat or into the limbs as you lift up slowly, slowly, slowly. Coming back and softly laying on your back. Take your time. You're going to take soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And you can just deep knee bend, and if that's enough of a release after that wide-legged forward fold, please stay there. If you want a little bit more, you're going to reach your hands to the inside of the knees, up towards the little toe edge. You're going to grip, you're going to frame the tailbone back down towards the mat, and you're going to pull with the elbows in as you pull down. Chin in towards your heart, feeling that length, that space in the spine. Let the left leg go long, and you're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest, and you're going to squeeze up. Now take the hands on top of the shin, and you're going to lift even higher now. Legs are very active, belly muscles are sucking in. Point or flex your feet, but make sure they're active. Bring your nose up towards your knee and hold. Now take a breath in, and as you exhale, exchange sides. Staying with the shoulders off the mat. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, exchange sides. Squeeze, and keep going. Hold here. Take the right leg up towards the ceiling, and you're going to reach up towards the heel and hold. Then 10 short, sharp pulses. 10, 9. Knee in towards chest. Take a breath in. Exhale out. Head down. Leg stays up, leg stays up. Wiggle your jaw from right to left, please. That's going to help release the big muscles, sternocleidomastoid, these big neck muscles here. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, back up. Left knee in, right leg goes all the way up. Reaching up. You're going to go for, send this leg long. You're going to reach for 10 pulses. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Leg up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you're still with me. 2, 2 knees in, oh, scissors, left leg goes up, last time, okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, oh, 2 knees in, arms up overhead, keep the length after the contraction, feet down, take a breath in, curl up into bridge pose with the arms up overhead, exhale, soften, hold at the top, knees in, pushing the hip flexors up, up, up towards the ceiling, so open it through the hips, roll down, elbows cactus by the side, and if it's too tight, they come down by the waist side, yeah, so you choose, listen to your shoulders. Take the left knee over the right knee, grip the little toe of each foot, and I want you just to rock from side to side. And then change. Take the right over the left, grip the little toe, and then rock. Softly let go, allow the feet to become the width of the mat. 2 knees fall in, allow the sacrum to broaden and anchor down. Now take a couple of cooling breaths in, so in through the nose, out through the mouth. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose. Two more. Final one. Lengthen the legs. Open the arms. Allow yourself to take up lots of space. Soften the body. Close down your eyes. And welcome your whole self to Shavasana. Remembering that Shavasana is a vital part of your practice. And this is where the mind, the body, the soul really gets the full benefits of the practice. It's not actually through the movements and the momentum, it's through the stillness, through the reflection. So lay down, focus on breath, let go of all distractions, acknowledge them, don't try and push and block them away, acknowledge them so that you can release them. I recommend you lay in this position for a minimum of 10 minutes, if possible 15, and I'm going to leave you here to rest, and I can't thank you enough for joining me, and I hope this class has set you up for a really good week. So Monday is a great day to, get stuff into motion. It's the beginning, it's a fresh start. It's like a clean, white, blank canvas. And whatever energy, whatever thoughts or emotions came up during that practice, put pen to paper, release them. And if they were negative, burn them. And if they were positive, hold them, cherish them, and keep them sacred in your heart and in your mind. So from me to you, namaste.